Hello, and welcome back to another RiftGuides WildRift video, and for today we are going to take a look at Pyke in full detail. And first, let's talk about the build and the runes. For runes, there are a few options you can look into, starting with your keystone. I like Glacial Augment a lot, but also Electrocute is a valid option if you want to go for the full damage Pyke. Usually you'd see that rune more often on the mid lane Pykes, but on the supportive Pyke, like the support Pyke, Glacial Augment is really helpful to just control the fight and making life basically impossible to live for enemy carries, enemy champions, because once they're hooked, they can't walk away anymore. After this, we want to fully invest into the Resolve tree, and here's why. The Resolve tree grants us with the most possible tankiness available to let us go for any type of play available. We just go in, we auto tag, and we just do whatever we want because nothing can stop us. We have Nullifying Orb, we have Second Wind as a melee champion that can abuse his grey health, which is a great Pyke mechanic, which I'll explain in this video a little bit later, but basically, you get hit, you lose HP, you retain grey health, you get hit on low HP, you heal more from Second Wind, and the grey health isn't consumed by healing through the Second Wind. Now you're presented with another choice where you can go Overgrowth, which will not grant you HP, but it will grant you AD. So if you want more damage, you can go for Overgrowth, but alternatively, you can go for Perseverance. That rune will help you great into CC because it grants you more tankiness. And now for your secondary rune page, you can think about the following. Do you want to be in the river more often and super fast in there? Then go for Pathfinder. However, this rune is not the easiest to use and synergizes pretty well with Second Wind and your grey health, but you really need to understand how to use it, so I basically say stay away from it until you really master Pyke. Alternatively, just go for Sudden Impact, which is raw damage. More damage, raw damage, great numbers, big boom, amazing. Now let's talk about items. For your very first item, you go for Boots of Dynamism, the Armor Pen boots. Then after this, you go for either Youmuu's Ghostblade, Serpent's Fang, or Duskblade, and it all depends on either your choice of play or the enemy's champions. Let's say they have a lot of shielding champions, so obviously you go for Serpent's Fang. If they don't have a lot of shielding champions and you just need movement speed, then you go for Youmuu's Ghostblade. If you want the most raw damage possible, then well, it's time for Duskblade. And after your first item, you basically decide what other item do I need and what's the purpose of this item. Again, Youmuu's Ghostblade, run fast, Serpent's Fang against shields, Duskblade, biggest damage, and Edge of Night if there's any spell on the enemy team that, well, could basically deny you. Also, Edge of Night grants us the highest AD possible because of its HP on the item, which then gets basically converted into AD due to our passive. Obviously, needlessly to say, depending on the enemy's draft, you'll need the anti-healing item, and after this, just go for Stasis. And please, for the love of God, always start with the Relic Shield if you play lane Pyke in the support role. And now before we hop into the video, thank you all for watching so far, and it would really mean the world to me if you press the sub button and hit the like button so this video reaches more and more people, so more people can learn about Pyke and just WildRift in general. Thank you all, and now enjoy the video. Hello, and welcome back to another RiftGuides WildRift video. Today we are going to take a look at Pyke to teach you how to play this champion, how broken he is, and what he can do. For this, I have a recent gameplay before I hit Masters, playing against a Lulu Kai'Sa bot lane as a Pyke and a Zarya in solo queue. Just for your information, beforehand, I have been playing a lot of duo queue, and it was just way too hard to play, and just going solo queue was just so much easier in Diamond, which is kind of interesting to see. Like, I just went solo queue, and I won, like, most of my games absolutely easily just playing support Pyke for free. And occasionally I was filled into the jungle role, and playing jungle is just cheating. Like, you just play Kha'Zix, you just play Hakram, you just win for free, then it's just, nah. We play cool champions like Pyke, and let's break down everything for you about this match. Let's talk about the matchup first. We have Kai'Sa Lulu into Zarya Pyke. What does this mean? Laning wise, they are vastly superior to us unless we get a clear hook angle. However, there's one thing I can abuse, which many people don't know about, and it's grey health. Whenever you take damage as a Pyke, and there are two enemies close to you, you get a big chunk of your HP that you had taken away by the enemy champions back into grey health. Then you can just hide into Fog of War to heal up this grey health. What you can do is abusing Second Wind. How does this work? Let's say you get down to 20% HP and the enemy Lulu auto-attacks you. You will regain the HP you lost in the form of grey health, or rather a big portion of it, but at the same time, since you're so low on HP, second wind will tick a lot. So there's another cheat you can use. If you're running the rune Pathfinder and you know that the river is warded, you can take a hit from the enemy and just walk there and heal up again. Pathfinder's HP will not recover grey health, you just have to make sure that the area is warded, because you need to know, or well, they need to not see you, or they need to see you so your grey health doesn't get consumed. But generally speaking, Pyke has great tools to actually see if you're on a ward. Just use your grey health to check brushes, and if there is a ward in there, you will not recover any HP. If the enemy has a ward in there, well, now you'll know, and if they don't, you'll just regen your HP. But coming back to Pathfinder, Pathfinder will allow you to recover missing HP and mana. So if your HP is really low and the area is warded in the river, you can go there and just regain health because it's missing HP. Then you can basically walk up again, take another hit and use second wind, and just repeat the same process again. You basically out-sustain most people. And when it comes to hooking, there are a few things you also need to talk about, which we'll talk about a little bit later. But about this matchup, they should be winning, but they can't be allowed to walk too close to you. If they get hooked, they die. That's basically the story. If they get CC'd once, they just get immediately locked down by Desire Feathers, and they can't defend themselves anymore. They also need to be very careful of not walking too close to walls, because then they're very susceptible to my E, or my third ability, and my first ability. As for the mid lane matchup, we have a Diana into Fizz, so nothing too special. Jungle pressure is kind of a problem because the Lee Sin will pressure the map way earlier than the Kayn will do, and he is way stronger. And top lane or Baron lane, there's a sign against Set, which doesn't really matter too much to us unless or until they hit level 5, because then the sign could do a rotation to us with his ultimate ability by technically losing a lot of his plates. But now, let's get into the video. Okay, when it comes to laning again, we want to make sure we have control. We want to place our control ward into the brush here to make sure they can't get anything for free. And normally, if my AD carry was here with me, because there was no point of just walking here for fun, we can walk in here as a two-man squad. And because we have Home Guard, we can walk in here faster. And as we walk in there, I channel my first ability. And if there's anyone here, I can just hook them in. Then with Glacial, they'll be forced to instantly flash away. This is something you can do if you know you win early game. And the enemy can't really do too much about it, simply for the reason that Home Guard is broken. We expected them, I expect them to be there, they weren't there, so it's all okay. Now I solidify my position in the brush. Now here, I'll sit here. You see, this minion walked towards me, so I know this is warded. Now, look at how they're moving. I just walk closer and closer and closer and just let it time out. You see, I took a lot of HP in, I took a lot of damage, right? But pay close attention. If they continue to walk after me, my Xayah will be able to hit them. And look at the HP I'm, retaining. Look, that is a lot. And they don't have that luxury. Now me expecting them to walk around the corner while my AD carry gets the vision, just pre-channeling hook, and there's another secret. Whenever you just don't unleash the hook, or just not release it, you get a cooldown refund, 50%. Now here, something very important. Look at the Kaiser, and where she positions. Take a good look. Here. This is very scary for her, because I'm level 2. I can walk up as she goes for this, and then dash over and force her to flash, and she dies. You see, they put themselves in a position where they're forced to walk into my AD carry. My AD carry is kind of trolling by walking this direction because there's no point. He should be on a line with me. And with being on a line with me, he can basically play with me. And he should also not just use feathers for fun. But that doesn't really matter. Here, they get stunned. Or one gets stunned. I hook one back. It's a free kill. Technically speaking, I thought this person was dead, right? So I don't ignite. But what I don't account for is that the enemy just literally just has barely enough. And now I have to stand in front of him and just auto-attack back. Now I E in and flash out again, yep, to just secure the kill. So technically speaking, this is my mistake, because I could have ignited early, but I just didn't think it was necessary. Now with the wave coming back to my AD carry, it's kind of neutral. I have a brief moment in time to just walk closer to the mid lane, and see what's happening, like around the scuttle crab. I can just take vision control here. With nothing happening, I just wait a few seconds because there's nothing to do for me right now. My wave bot lane is coming back, I see Lee Sin, so now what I can do is I can just basically walk him off the scuttle crab. I will not fight him, I'll just walk by and take a look at him. Because I don't want to fight. I don't want my teammates to fight. Kayn isn't here, it's a waste of time. We just want to make sure he wastes a few extra seconds when nothing can happen to us, and the Kai'Sa is just doing such a risky play by walking up into the feathers, and we get a very good trade in. We also have complete vision, and we know that the Lee Sin is on the grump right now, because we saw it. So we know exactly what can potentially happen. And there he is, he comes around the corner, and he disables the ward. Something you have to understand, like when you take a look at the map and place a ward down, you don't have to constantly look there, just have it in your peripheral vision, just taking a quick glance at it, and if you see that something is disabled, like the ward is disabled, somebody must be there. And then you just, okay, take a step backwards. We know that there is a Lee Sin in the river, so we have to slightly move up, or I have to. There's nothing much to do otherwise, but we just need to make sure our teammates don't fall victim to super accidents, which this is looking very much so. So right now, there's time again. We can take a quick look. What do we want to do? What can we influence? The enemy has no way of diving our Xayah right now. So we just walk there and see what we can do. And we are just here for security reasons. Like, right? There's nothing happening, but we're just here for security reasons. There's just no way our Xayah dies. Okay, this is something you also need to do more often. When you play Pyke, and you walk past these kind of places here, let's say this isn't one, this isn't one, and this isn't warded, the enemy has a false sense of security with this kind of thing here. So you use your second ability as you are about to walk by, so the enemy doesn't know you're coming. Now, if the enemy has no information that I'm here, if they were close or like trapping, we could just instantly kill them. Right now, we just want to make sure that we push this as fast as possible. I can go into the river, take a quick look again of what is happening. I just see the play, and I just go up there. Like, it should be a free kill on the Diana, there's no way she escapes. I just auto-attack her to death, I will not even pop Ignite, I'll stay greedy, and then I'll go in. Here I popped the Ignite on a Lee Sin just to dissuade him to just run away. Here my Fizz needs to stay and help me push the wave because it's a simple loss. Like if he just, there's just nothing to lose for him. And now I just have to bail. We see on the map that the Kai'Sa is walking too close for her own comfort, so there should be no way in hell that she's allowed to do this without any kind of, like it's just way too risky. Here we have the Lee Sin coming again. The Lee Sin hits me with a Q, but he can't really go in, and my Kayn is enjoying himself a bit. But yeah, we get the kick for free, nothing much happens. We get vision control again, and now it's back to laning. We don't have ult, which means we are relatively weak as a Pyke player, but yeah, as a Pyke, rotations are very important, and just looking at what you can do, hovering for your teammates and protecting him. So for example, let's go back in time again, okay? We push the wave is about to walk into the tower, I walk out of vision, like I'm barely in vision as this dies, they see me recall. I cancel my recall, I see the Lulu stays, I walk into the brush, my AD carry is currently fighting the Lulu, and he isn't attacking from a brush, so the enemy has no idea I'm in here. So right now, I can just hide behind him, aim my first ability, hook the Lulu in as she tries to bully you for some reason, and just get a free flash. Think about the future, and here, hold your spell. The Kai'Sa is in a pressure situation. Okay, let's break this down again because it's very important, okay? It's all about pressure and understanding what the enemy has to do. Okay, so right as you see here, I'm channeling my Q. The Kai'Sa has to think, okay, what do I do? Do I walk here? Do I walk here? Do I walk here? She's trying to think, okay, what can I do? How can I survive? So, she is the one close to dying. I don't have to worry about anything, so I can just let this pass. By letting this pass, I put more and more pressure on her because she has to act. Because she thinks I have to throw it. You see? She even has the biggest balls on the planet to wait until it times out to then ult away. She thought, or maybe didn't even think about this, that I would not release my hook. So we get free damage on this champion, a lot of damage, everything for free. I can just go away for a second, heal up again, and my AD carry does the rest of the work. Lee Sin finally arrived, so yeah, this play needs to stop. Just in case he does something stupid, I just pre-charge my hook, just so I can react fast enough of just yeeting him away. My fist is a little bit delayed, just I don't know what he's trying to do, but we will not even ask. Just get another longsword for trouble. And now we go back onto the map. As you see, there's nothing happening right now on the dragon lane, so I just walk to the Herald, which is the most important objective. And here we catch the Lulu off guard. Here we can deal some nice chip damage. We expect something else to happen, so we have to instantly flash away because the entire enemy team is in position. We don't want to take any risk. The Diana is auto-casting and having a great time. We get caught by this, and now it's just time. Look, this is just a beautiful display of what will just happen if the Pyke is just unleashed. You take a good look at the HP bars, you just go in, we get the free kill, we get the stun, we just play it slow, we hide behind the Herald, we need to play very slow, the Lee Sin one-taps us. So we need to get towards the Scion to get some damage done. We get close, we ult towards him. I didn't even expect this to kill, by the way, I just did it to get close. Because if I don't, the Lee Sin might kill me. And here I just need to waste some time on the Lee Sin. If the Lee Sin, by the way, didn't avoid this hook, I think he could potentially die. Here I just try to just do some chip damage and just waste his time again. And I get the free Herald reset. And I even yoinked the crab. He is so pissed. He is so angry. But now my Kayn is... we will just not talk about this, will we? And we just peace out and maybe survive. No, we don't, because the Lee Sin hits us. And yeah, let's say our Kayn is a little bit troubled. But it's okay. It's fine. Meanwhile, the typical AD carry matchup in the Dragon lane going for the 1v1. Here's a big lesson, okay? As a Xayah, don't build these items, please. Rush BT. And here's why. Shield Bow has 40 AD and 15 attack speed. BT on purchase has 55 AD plus at least, by the way. What was it? 11 to 25, which means on level 6, something, on level 7 when you complete the item, which in this deck he's doesn't even have it, so let's just go with level 8 or 9. You will have like plus 17, plus 18 on this, which is then 55 plus 18. Is a little bit more than 40, while you also have 15 attack speed. And the shield ball on Xayah is not really that mandatory because most of the time when there's damage incoming, you will actually use your ult to avoid it. And therefore having more Vamp is more beneficial to you because shield ball is only 5% and Bloodthirst has 12. And yeah, AD is kind of broken on your champion, so please don't grieve for yourself, and it's just not a good, just not a good choice. As for the rune, you can debate going for Conqueror. I'm more of a Lethal Tempo fan because, yeah, I think it's just straight up better. Because Conqueror is like, I think, up to 36 AD fully stacked on highest level, whereas Lethal Tempo is 100% attack speed on highest level, and I think, yeah, the numbers speak for themselves. Anyways, back to the actual gameplay, because we need to bridge some time because I had a little happy accident. Time to make sure that this Herald will not get 2 charges down the mid lane, force the Diana to avoid us, and then see what we can do. There's probably no way we just die here. We can just play it slow. We yeet her away behind us to make full use of the Glacial Augment and then walk away. We got really lucky here. Now it's cleanup time, but my team just sadly deals too much damage and I have to use my E to get close. Okay, here's a mechanic we need to talk about. Okay, so when you as a Pyke use your E, something you can do, as you see, I'm currently in my E. I can then ult behind somebody. So for example, if I was in range to ult behind this person, I would then drag my E through her and she would get stunned. This is how you can engage as a Pyke, if you don't need your ultimate to kill. Then I get close enough, stab her, and she's a goner. Now the enemy AD carry has the typical illness of, well, what about another plating? And yeah, we are running at her and there's no way for her to survive, so I just E straight into her face. She can't really avoid me, so we just auto-attack her, and yeah, she's dead as well. There's nothing she can do. As you see, as a Pyke, you're very proactive on the map. You want to make things happen all the time. You want to sit in the wings and hope to just get somebody killed. Now here, I'm just pre-channeling my hook and just waiting to get something done. Here is a big mistake happens because I get clapped by literally everything on this planet. Like, what even hit me? Like, let's take a look again. I think I got Lee Sin kicked, or Lulu knock up, then just thrown into Narnia Southwest, so I couldn't even make a play anymore. So, here I get Lulu. Yeah, it's Lulu ultimated, and I just look. You even see me trying to E away here because I just wanted to walk in front so I can block something, and then just E away, and then they're caught in my Zaya can maybe do something. But yeah, that one didn't go as planned, and I just got absolutely stomped, and then my Zaya also dies. So yeah, this is 100% my mistake. I don't really care what my allies did, because I could have survived, and I just didn't. Often enough, basically you can always complain about your teammates, but you have to be realistic and say, hey, I make mistakes too, and too many of these will end the game. But if you, for example, are presented with a sequence of 50 actions and you do 49 perfect and only one was messed up, then, well, you have more than any right to just say, hey, my team did a little bit of an oopsie here. And now Diana should be just dead here. I just stab her again, get the free kill, and she has the flash. Filthy flash abuser. Disgusting. You don't do this these days. I should really drink more, because the moment I don't drink enough, I can't even speak any THs anymore. Well, as the secondary River King next to Tom Kench, I'm now back in the business, basically. And yeah, the Scion has to juke my Q. I know about this, so it doesn't even matter if I hit or not. It's really not relevant, and he's just doomed. Instantly resetting again because I don't want to waste any time, and then get back onto the map. What I can do here is I can think about buying another longsword, but I think my inventory was full at this point, and my Fizz encounters, well, a wild monk, and it's not a good story for him. As you see, typical AD carry gameplay, which is not necessarily bad. He's just farming, which he should, because he needs to carry late. And here I'm just going behind because I want to make sure to basically surprise them. I'm currently shadowing him. They don't know if I'm here. And this is something I want to make use of. Like, I let him clear this wave here while standing behind him. And if the enemy tries to collapse on him, I punish them for this. Like right now, they believe that he's gonna reset in this brush, so I pre-channel my Q, hook him in, and we insta-CC chain him. He gets completely chained, and unless the Lulu flash ults, he just dies instantly. Now, as I have my ult recharge, I just want to walk the Lulu to her teammates, because I don't lose anything. Looking for the Diana, maybe can ER her? I don't, so yeah, I just walk away again. Again, now we see something happening on the map, we want to make something happen too, so we can back up our teammates. We can just walk up there again, use our second ability to bypass potential wards here, and then go for a play. We missed the hook, not that much of a problem. And we do it again, and we just wait. We just wait for something to happen, because we are close to the wall, so we can't really die, and we play maximum range, and we just play off of the CC of our teammates. Somebody gets knocked up, okay, we just hook him in. No problem. Then back into the river, back to buying an item, taking a good look at our teammates. He gets absolutely blasted by the Lee Sin, the typical kick combo with the first ability, and it's just over. And now we take a good look. Is something happening here? Can we do something? Like, is the Lee Sin trying to do something? And we just stop the hook and we just look. We just take a good look. And keep in mind, there's still a Lulu around. There is still a Lulu around, and even if we ult, it's still a low percentage chance, and we probably still die. So it's not worth it. It's simply not worth it to take this risk, as it's just too low too low percentage chance to work out. And he even got instantly triumph afterwards, and then it was over. And now we are giga strong. We have Duskblade and we have Serpent's Fang, which is a very powerful item this game. Here the Lulu has to make decisions. Like, if she walks straight, she walks into the AD carry, and if she walks backwards, she walks into us. So we hook, okay, we miss, but it doesn't matter, because look at her spacing. She's close to the wall, so I E upwards, and then I walk closer to the wall again and completely block her pathing. She needed to flash this instantly. And yeah, and now the autocast of my R, as you see, as my wings are actually going up, boom, right into the middle of them, and they're instantly blown up. I didn't even think my team would completely blast them. And here I do the same again, by the way. Okay, so here I can showcase this properly as my E stuns the Lee Sin. Okay, we saw the Lee Sin jump up there. We see him. So now I expect him to be there. So I ult up there. My E goes through, hits him, and I just yeet him over closer to me. He kicks me, he tries to flash away, and I flash over again and kill him. Pyke is a wonderful champion. This champion is absolutely not balanced. And yeah, support role, he keeps on getting buffed, and trust me, they will buff him again probably, because Riot just loves the support role and people hate playing it apparently. I mean, well, they love playing it, but they have mixed results and therefore it keeps on getting buffed. So yeah, Pyke will be overbuffed and other champions will suffer in agony. So Sona gets a rework. Yes. Mid-game happens, objective is about to spawn, now I want to wait in the wings. I do not want to be visible to the enemy, so I take a flanking location. I have stasis, like, available. So I can just basically do whatever I want, and they don't actually go for it, which is kind of confusing, right? They were not in position early enough, they tried to go for it too late, and I can just take everything for free, get the free execute here, and it's a wrap. The Kai'Sa here will probably just die instantly. She has to ult over, she gets yeeted over, I get to the Diana, and then I try to yeet her in, I get the slow on her, and then my teammates just finish the job. My Fizz has some issues again, but no problem, he survives, and we get a free Nasher. I get my ult level 13, and everything is fine. What I can do now is I can stand guard. I can see that I can annoy the Lee Sin and stop him from going in here. We found the Lee Sin because he has to go for a play. He has to wrap around to get something done. So I get behind him. I miss my first ability, but it's okay. He, for whatever reason, starts dodging and then basically gets himself killed. So with him dead now, the Nasher is guaranteed and there's no more risk involved because, well, you know junglers these days, and Lee Sin has a pretty high smite rate with the first ability and the smite. So yeah, that's quite a big of a risk. So now we get this for free. My Fizz yeets over a little bit early and 21 HP, come on man, Kane, you can't do this. I go in for more and then I drag them close to the wall. Like I stay close to the wall but I can't even stasis. Like if I can stasis here it's perfect because I bait them all in. My hyper carry is safe in the pit, he can just auto attack from there and line them up perfectly. And if I Zhonya's, they just are like, they have just no chance. But yeah, kind of an unfortunate inability of mine to press Zhonya's, but yeah. Using the space around you to your advantage at all times. And here my set, for whatever reason, has an accident. Happens all the time, and the enemy AD carry is tilted out of her mind and tries to 1v1 Azaya and nearly wins, which is kind of confusing. But yeah, it is what it is. We are back on the map, Nasher buff isn't lost anymore, and we need to push sides. We need to make something happen with the Nashers. My team gets the T1s on the other side, like one person should at least go up here and deal with this, while I'll then go and hover him. Yeah, I didn't even pay attention if he reset. He just killed, I actually killed the Kai'Sa after resetting and then just fully healed. Okay, we take a good look what's happening here. He hits her, he ults and everything is fine. He has to ult away now and yeah, he flashes away, perfect. We got everything for the Xayah, now we just need to make sure the Xayah isn't surprised from a flank, so we basically grant her vision around her being a human ward and allowing her to move forward. We are basically just close to her left to make sure she isn't surprised. Then we yeet over the Sion, make his life a living hell. We don't want to commit our E because and there is the Lee Sin. It could have been too risky. We charge our Q again, hoping for the Lee Sin to make a mistake, and yeah, normally you should let it go, it doesn't really matter too much, and here we just chill again. We constantly give our team vision on the side so they can play. They basically just need to know what's happening. Play happening. Lee Sin avoids my spell, and it wouldn't even have mattered because the Lulu loosed the Veil on him. And now my AD carry is completely out of position. He doesn't have mana, he uses stasis, and he's just dead. Like, even think for a second, can I help him? Hell no, I can't. He's dead. So I'm just piecing out. Quickly telling my team what was used in a sense of flash, then de-pushing mid lane for a second, making sure they don't get anything for free. My set is absolutely smurfing on this Lee Sin. Holy shit, this damage. He just clapped that guy. Yeah, basically we are now doomed to waiting for our team to get something done. Maybe I can get a reset cancel on the Diana, maybe she's afraid. The minion says, nope, not today, brother, and we are here back at square one. The next objective is spawning in about 30 seconds and we need to think about what we can do. Ideally we go for a flank again. We have stasis available, we have flash available, we don't want to steal red buff from our AD carry, but I think Fizz wants to, he just yoinked it. It is what it is. Getting vision control is one of the most important things, and giving your teammates the last hit on the wards while you keep on moving forward is also very important. And here we get a free pickup on the sign while our Fizz is getting one-tapped by the Diana. Here we get the flash for free. We can take a good look at what's happening. We need to play it slow, because as you see, they pressed every single button and killed our teammates. And we just don't want to just jump in and ult, because then life would be terrible. But we saw something. Let's quickly rewind and let's see what we saw. So we see this. Lulu presses ult, everything is fine, like we are out, this is over, this play is done, we can't do anything about this anymore. But take a good look at what we see. Take a good look at what we see. We see on the minimap that she's recalling, okay? We see that she's recalling and that Lulu walked into this brush. We still have Zhonya's, our AD carry is on the way, so we can play for time. We go in, we do a quick little yeet, and then we Zhonya's after taking the most damage possible and heal up instantly. Then we instantly ult on the free kill, and now we chase down the Lulu. We don't need any assistance on our AD carry because, well, if he has trouble with the Sign at this point of the game, then I can't really help him anyway. He just has to kite him. Sign doesn't have ult anyway. And yeah, it's a free angle, it's a free wrap, he dies. I probably missed my hook, yeah, I suck, it is what it is. But he can't kill me, I just walk it up, and I'm safe again. The set. But yeah, now we basically should play for a free Nash, or, depending on how we view this game, get an Elder. So now we need to make sure that the enemy doesn't trade, right? At this point of the game, the enemy needs to trade one objective and get at least one. If they lose both, they instantly lose the game. So as a consequence, we need to make sure to just get one. And here I push this wave because it would hurt us in the long term. Because it would just walk into the tower, we would lose the XP, we would lose the gold, and we'd get tower damage done. And this way it's a slow push into the enemy team, which means if we play Elder and nobody's dealing with this wave will be terrible for the enemy team. Now, since I'm not really required to be there at the Elder, which I'll just show you why, take a good look at the controller vision we have. We have people here, we have a wave here, and we have a ward here. So we have everything we need to know about this quadrant here, but we have no idea about this one. And they have a Lee Sin. Lee Sin can just go over this wall and solo this with the Lulu. Well, basically do it. The Lulu just buffs him from here and he keeps on hitting it. So I need to stay here. I need to stay here. If I don't stay here, it's griefing. And one teammate could stay close and just make sure nothing happens. But I need to stay here. And I just go back and forth. I'm there in the flash anyway if something happens. And yeah. For me, it's quite apparent what is about to happen. Because you see, I'm just constantly chilling here. And I'm just trying to bully him. Waste his time. Heal up. Waste his time again. Making sure he doesn't get it for free. Deal a little bit of damage. Yeet out again. I'm just playing for as much time as possible. He kicks me away. I try my best. It doesn't work out, but they still die. I made enough time for my team to come here so they don't get it for free and are able to defend. If I don't do this, they'll get Nasher, and if they get Nasher, I think it's significantly harder for us to do something in the sense of ending, because we have to brute force it, which means we have to rely on our teammates to press buttons properly, which is not always the best, right? So yeah. But yeah, this game should be a wrap. And it's just about reading the enemy's intentions, reading the enemy's possibilities, and just understanding what they can do at any point in time to make sure that you as a player have the biggest impact possible without hurting yourself in the same process. And that's it for today's video. Thank you all for watching, and if you enjoyed the video, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and well, come back for more RiftGuides content. See ya!